not regularly commit violent acts, stab it.
Regular?
Woo!
Hello and welcome to. This happens every time.
This is the failing part.
This is the failing part. Hello and welcome to Failing at Making Food with Abbie, where we fail at making words and food. And I'm here today with my special guest for the 100th time, Haleigh. She actually fits in the screen this time. Ha!
I wasn't standing.
Oh. Still fit in the screen. It's fine. And today we are making strawberry macarons. And I actually have the recipe on my recipe book here. Woo! Instead of 5 pieces of paper. Because...
Or laptop.
Or laptop. To start, we have to make a strawberry reduction, which requires putting strawberries, strawberries, water, and sugar into this pan and boiling it, and then smushing the strawberries, and then afterwards scooping the pulp out.
So it was fine if the strawberries were squished.
I guess it was. Anywho,
Yeah, but fine.
so it says 6 strawberries, but usually I do. Actually, last time I did 9 because strawberries make blood through this, so it's a little more visible.
A bit darker than that.
That's just really making it that.
I am a female.
Let's not talk about that.
What? Women regularly commit acts of violence. I mean, we don't.
Obviously.
We don't.
Any strawberries?
Dog.
Dog?
Your dog has that. Oh. Keep moving.
Stop looking at him while he's pooping. Weirdo.
I realized he was and then said it and looked down, okay?
So that's 8. 9.
You could do 10.
10. And then, if you have extra strawberry reserve, you can just, eat the rest of it. Also, these are kind of bitter because they've been indoor freezer since, 2020. So, ow, I just licked my fingers.
For shame.
Shut up.
I thought you were actually the hitty.
I was trying to.
Oh.
I just didn't do it very well.
Abbie!
So you can go ahead and put in 2 tablespoons of sugar and a cup of water in here. So, tablespoon, cup. And I will cut strawberries. And it says to cut them lengthwise. But these are really mushy strawberries, so they're going to be more of mush than slices. Cut.
I like how I tapped it on the edges if there was going to be stuff stuck to the...
And a cup of water? Yes, a cup of water. Most of these strawberries just look like mush.
Okay.
Like a brain.
I have the least steady hands in the world, as you can tell by the fact that I have not moving and have spilled. But it's fine, because it spilled into my hand.
Better than spilling all over the floor.
Yeah.
Stole my paper towel?
No.
Get these dirty.
Move these out of the way. So I think we're done, right? For now, at least.
Yeah. Maybe we're just completely done with those strawberries now. Now, we have paper towels. Delicious blood and spill everywhere. Yeah. Lovely. So,
I think this is your grandma's.
what?
Or the tablecloth.
Oh,
My mom got it from somebody and I
don't actually know. Thank you. Cleaning this off just so that we don't get blood everywhere. Strawberry blood. So then we But usually I just cook it until it, boils. It probably should be done more than that, but usually I just cook it until I'm, that's fine. So, turn this on and put it on high. And I probably need something to put the excess strawberry.
Yes.
in.
I have the steadiest hand in existence.
Now we just like do that. And don't mind this. This is a frying thing because we have a fryer. Just using this because it was easy to.
You can use a potato masher if you have one.
It's also easier to get this stuff out with this.
That's valid.
Just like me.
There's a hair on the front of my floor.
Where?
Down. At the bottom.
Oh.
I don't know how I saw that.
So basically, I think you just do this until it's like boiling and stuff, and the strawberries are thoroughly mashed. Problem is, I don't know what that looks like because I never wait that long. For what reason, I don't know, actually.
I think fully boiling it will help so that it has more flavoring.
That's probably why it doesn't taste like strawberries usually.
That's boiling.
It's definitely boiling. Turn that down a bit.
Yeah, it's a reduction, so it'll actually reduce the amount of liquid a little bit because it's boiling.
Put it up a little bit more. Wait, how long did it say that? It was supposed to be on medium heat, and I had it on like full high. So, and you're supposed to pulp them, I think until it boils down a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that's good. Turn that off. Alright. And then you either use a sieve or like, I guess something like this to get this little brain looking stuff out of the pot. It is also very tasty to eat this. Usually I end up eating this part, but this isn't the part that you put in the macarons. It's the liquid part that you put in. So
One of us is getting a call. It's me. I don't know who that is.
I don't get calls. Actually, sometimes I do and I don't know them.
I get spam calls frequently. Like, every day.
I actually don't get that many spam calls, but at some point I got a bunch of like spam texts. They're like, "You won this thing." And I was like, "No, I didn't."
I got a text about the clergy that was addressed to a Hazel. It was about being a victim of the clergy. Yeah, I didn't ask questions. I just kept the text so that I could show people because it was hilarious. I don't remember if I deleted it or not. I hope I didn't because it's hilarious.
Someone lost.
He angry.
He is angry. So this is the little brain looking stuff that actually tastes pretty good because you put like 2 tablespoons of sugar in there. Tablespoons or teaspoons?
I hope it was tablespoons.
Yes, yes. And that's this strawberry reduction. Possibly not taken out enough of the strawberry stuff, but oh well. So then
We probably could have just straight up boiled juice in here. The strawberry
Probably.
juice.
actually I don't know if our stove would work with that because it needs like a special kind of
like,
material.
put it in the pot.
Oh well.
Yeah, no,
so
it needs magnetic. It's an induction cooker.
next
Or cooktop.
it's like
Food processor.
Yeah, you gotta process the
food.
Yeah,
Almond flour.
the food. Almond flour, powdered sugar, and half a tablespoon of salt into here because there was a different one, but it was too big and I didn't want to use it. And I forgot to get out the powdered sugar.
And you could just put it straight into the food processor?
It's better than that.
We probably have more. No, it's 2 cups.
Yeah,
it's in 2 different spots. Yeah, that one's wet because it was for a while.
Excuse me. We're starting the making of the actual like cookie macaron part.
Casually puts both of our phones in my pocket. I pulled them both out at the same time and then put them back. Because I was checking the time, and then I forgot to check the time.
As you do. Said 2 cups.
Yes. Thumbs up.
Don't tell me what to do. I'll mess up if I can't wait.
Thumbs up.
I'm going to, and you can't stop me. I need more powdered sugar. I messed up.
You messed up before I went.
Hang on. Alright, so had to get powdered sugar for my aunt because we kind of ran out. So
Put it over this when you pour it.
probably a good idea. It's not gonna make a difference. I'm still gonna spill. Wow.
I'm trying to not get it on the middle thing, but
Yeah, I'm glad I did.
I know. Just realized you could basically just set it on the middle thing. Your teeth! How dare you? Those are mine!
And you're dead.
How dare!
Don't mind me using my finger.
It's okay, I'm using my finger to try and get it out of the middle thing. It's not working, it's just packing it
Not
up.
very sanitary though. We're eating this ourselves. This is also failing a major thing to Abbie.
I was saving it from falling out.
Okay. I'm good at making messes.
A wet paper towel works really well to get it off the countertop and first.
And then so that was the 2 cups of powdered sugar, and now we need a cup of almond butter.
I don't know where you go.
Almond flour. Ignore the brand. It's almond flour.
Not spawn.
Not sponsored.
By anything.
Hello. Come here. Special guest. One of my dogs.
It's not your dog anymore. I know. Alright. He smells like a dog. He was outside.
I'm not sure if Oreo would want to be picked up or not.
Probably not. Knowing Oreo.
I would pick up Oreo and show him because I just showed Otis. But he's a bit, yeah, he's grumpy and also kind of fat.
You're so mean. Why are you fat shaming your dog?
Because he kept eating food that was supposed to be for him and Otis.
Me? Match does that. That's why she's strong. My kitty.
Now, half a teaspoon of salt. Alright. That's 1
That's a
teaspoon.
teaspoon, not half a teaspoon of
Yeah.
fat.
Damn it. There we go. Alright. So now we use this little thing and grind it all up. Yeah.
See, I made the powdered sugar. Toast.
Alright. And we're doing this because, according to the recipe,
It's not like fine enough.
yeah, it's not fine enough. Yeah. Like, it was processed, but it needs to be processed more so that your macarons are not lumpy. smooth. Like jazz. Like me.
You like jazz?
Should have mixed this up before we. It's probably ideal to mix the thing for you.
I needed to sneeze and it went away.
Probably should mix this up before you process it.
I got this. Why did it, what? Oh, it's actually.
Hope this
So
will
shake,
go.
shake, shake, shake.
There.
You get an arm workout from that.
This would be easier with an electric one, but
electric ones are expensive.
well, we have one. I just didn't feel like taking it out.
I need to like turn it this way.
That might be good enough.
Okay. And then you put the thing down and lock it so that when you pull it up, it doesn't go with that just crazy.
It shouldn't be this way.
Well, yeah, but it's not an electric one. Yeah, the top is still. No, it's fine.
Yeah,
You just
we're putting it in a sifter.
Gremlin!
Everyone in this house is a gremlin.
Zach also calls his siblings a gremlin.
We just put that in there. And just scoop.
Why don't you use the measuring cup?
Measuring cup too big.
Close enough.
Too big to get enough, maybe. Now
Do you want to do it all at once, or?
let's just do this much and then do that after this. So you want to sift it again, just to make sure there's no more chunks in there. Probably about to throw that in. Nice and sifted and messy. Wow.
Never.
I wouldn't do it. Get all of it.
Basically.
Alright. Almost done.
Why do I wear black pants every time we bake?
I don't know.
I think I just wear my black jeans too often. And there's no such thing.
Yeah, it's good enough.
Aww.
Now it is fully sifted.
Yes, I'm okay. So,
Yeah, I'm gonna.
my cat was hard to get in, for Steven to get into his room. And Mash would not let anyone near her. I don't know if it's because I was gone or because of the really hard rain and they scooped. I think they had no rain.
Now we put this somewhere over here. And then, now we're making the egg yolk stuff. Not
Egg
yolk,
white.
egg white.
Meringue.
So, actually technically it's not a meringue, as it says on there.
You're a meringue.
Sorry. Anywho, so on here, it has a helpful thing because we need like 3 egg whites. And this has a little like table thing that gives you like measurements to how many egg whites. So you need
3, so you
Yeah,
do a
so-
fourth a cup and 2 tablespoons.
2 tablespoons. So 4th and 1/8. You want to try pouring it in. After this, we add salt and then use a hand mixer and mix it until like fluffy eggs. Except like when it lights up, really bubbly. There we go. Okay, so that was 3 egg whites. Half a teaspoon of salt. Got salt right here. That's good. And then use a hand mixer. Where did I put the hand mixer? Oh, it's right there. Alright.
Punch in the cabinet?
Do you need something, doggy? Pay attention. Ew. So,
Not too bad for an amphibian.
I found that you have to mix this at like the highest speed on the hand mixer to actually get it to be fluffy in like a decent amount of time. So that's probably good enough.
Do you do the stiff peaks or soft peaks?
I don't know. We're not done yet, so. After that, we add a 4th. Where's the 4th? Right here. 4th cup granulated sugar, and then I think the recipe says like 2 tablespoons of strawberry reserve, but I might do more than that because.
Then you're gonna have to rinse off the tablespoons because it had egg.
Oh yeah. I'm not sure if it'll fit in there.
I'm gonna take the whole lid off.
Yeah, I know. I like the old container better. Hang on, I'm gonna make sure it was actually 4 cups.
It's the brains.
Alright, so it was a 4th cup. Let's put it in here. And then, that's good enough.
Rinse that.
Rinse this out. Is in. I may use more than 3 tablespoons because we're not going to use all of this.
I think the more you boil it down, the stronger it would taste.
Oh.
Because
Maybe I should have done that then.
it is like a concentrate.
A little over 5. And hope that... I'm very tempted to just slurp that up. Just go like... So then we add a little bit of food coloring to make them like the reddish pink.
Glug glug.
One more. And hope that that is enough. And if it's not, then just put more in. And now, we whip until the I can't talk. The
Until
peaks
stiff peaks.
are, yeah. So, those are generally stiff peaks. Hang on. And because they're stiff, you should be able to maybe flip this over and it not come out. Like a Dairy Queen Blizzard. And then, we add the dry mixture. Oh, here, give me that. You can put in the dry mixture. And you just,
Fold it in.
yeah, fold it in like a quarter at a time or so. And you like, yeah, fold it. Yeah.
Because you don't want to deflate it.
Yeah.
is holding a bowl at once because I refuse to put it down because I'm a butt.
I'll hold this so it doesn't move
I appreciate it.
unless I move it.
How dare.
You could probably go ahead and put the rest in.
I think so. I was making sure that I got that one clump that I saw.
Yeah. I got it.
Bless you. Bless you.
My poor nose. Don't worry, I didn't add sprinkles to the macarons. I sneezed away from the macarons.
You can make basically whatever flavor of macarons you want.
Yeah.
So you just have to buy like extracts and stuff to make the flavor.
Yeah.
Well, I just found 2 pockets of dry stuffs.
The question is, how much do you add in? Because, I don't know, probably like a teaspoon or something. Yeah, and maybe a little more. I don't know.
You could probably find it online. It
Or-
probably depends on how strong of a flavoring you want it.
Yeah, maybe about the same as how much, well, maybe not exactly the same, but maybe like 2, how much did we put in of the strawberry stuff?
This time we did 5, but I think you were supposed to put in like 3.
Yeah.
It was either 2 or 3. Okay. I think that's basically mixed, but some dry on the edges that I want to incorporate. Okay.
Lovely.
So now,
Here, get a tall cup.
okay, so with the parchment paper, it suggests putting like little dots of that on the corners just to keep the parchment in place. But
You could do the thing that I did.
or
cooking spray.
yeah, put a
Yeah.
cooking spray on the tray so that the parchment actually sticks. So
Get a tall cup, and then it makes it easier because it holds the bag up for you. So that it's not going to come out the bottom or it'll fold itself. Just put it in the bag. And then you fold it around the top of the cup. And then you can just use the spatula and basically squeeze it in.
what I usually do.
Do you want to do it?
Yeah.
And you can basically just scrape it all on the top of the cup and it'll go to the bottom.
Hopefully this isn't too watery because adding the extra stuff may have made it a bit too watery.
I'm tempted to see how much we can blow down the reduction just because. Because I'm like that. Like, I want strawberry syrup. Granted, for strawberry syrup, you add a lot more sugar.
Right.
Yeah, this is what I do when I make frosting, but I do it with a Ziploc bag because I don't have coffee bags. I think about coffee bags. I don't want to make cupcakes at home.
What?
I want to make cupcakes.
You want to or don't?
I do. I want to live frosting. And then eat frosting.
As you do.
Yes, I do. Christmas time is the time of the year when everyone gains weight because everybody is eating all of the candy and desserts. On Thanksgiving.
So I'll add that much in for now, and then later I'll add more in.
Hold it. Oh my gosh. It is really good.
Yeah. So maybe
Take it.
don't put as much. Yeah.
I did not twist the end of the bag yet. Which
Maybe be careful when you're doing this so you don't get it.
you might just be able to use a spoon. They just won't be as perfect as circles.
So it says to do like small walnut-sized circles, but I just eyeball it every time. They also say to like draw on it to make the walnut circles. But
Oh, like on the bottom of the parchment paper so you can see it through.
yeah. Actually, they never say the bottom of it. I just do the bottom of it because I don't want
Pencil in your macarons.
no pencil in my macarons.
What, you don't want to eat graphite?
Preferably not.
Well, alright. Can't argue with that. I mean, I can. But
Don't mean I'll listen.
Yeah, that's valid.
And our macarons probably won't look like actual macarons. They'll probably be more like flat things. Because that's what mine has been so far. Just flat.
Oh, I wonder if it's because of the reduction.
Yeah, maybe.
Like if there's too much of it. If the egg white mixture deflates when you add like almond flour and stuff, then that probably is what makes them flat.
Probably.
I don't know why, but when you made that, I thought you were gonna do the Elmo song.
Yeah, I could fit that other one. These may spread out a little bit, I don't really know. This is only my third time making macarons. And all of them have not been very good. Like, well, they tasted fine. They just didn't look like macarons, actually. Now, put that into the cup. Yeah. So now what you want to do is you want to, like, do this to get the bubbles popped, because you don't want, like, bubbles in there. I forgot the reason, but you don't. And then you let it sit for, like, 30 minutes. Probably also use a toothpick to pop the bubbles.
Yeah, if they're big
If I
ones.
have toothpicks. I don't know. Pop the little bubbles. So now you let them sit for like 30 minutes. And while you're doing that, you preheat them to 300 degrees so that Alright, so that's going. We'll see you when these are done setting. So we'll put them in the oven. Alright, so these have now set for 30 minutes, and they should be... Hang on. Let me check this. Yeah, that's fine. Usually I think they're supposed to be a little more firm, but you put them in the oven for 15 minutes.
Do you actually curl the paper underneath when you put it in the oven, or do you just let it hang over?
Yeah.
Either way?
Yeah. So yeah, 15 to 18 minutes. And they need to be like completely dried out when you take them out. Also, don't open the oven to check them, because then it'll mess them up. Not like these are already messed up anyway. You'd be fine. You'd be fine. Alright. So we'll see you in like 15 minutes.
I'm putting a 15-minute timer on my phone too, since
Sounds
we'll probably
smart.
be downstairs.
Yeah. Okay, so the macarons are done. Get my hair out of here so I don't like catch my hair on fire or something. So they should look like these, except without all the little cracks and such. So I will let them. They need to sit here for a little bit and cool until they're like kind of hardened, I guess, and you can easily take them off. And we'll put them on a cooling rack, and then I'll put more macarons on. So I'll see you, and those have cooled and they're on the cooking rack. Hey, look! Wanna look inside?
I'm gonna mix it with milk and make you drink it.
I'll pour it on you.
You know what happens if you drink orange juice and milk, right?
No.
Makes you throw up.
Does it?
Yes.
Just because of bad taste?
No.
What? I should try it.
No.
They are now done. Some a little more iffy looking than others.
That one barely cracked.
Yeah.
Like these cool.
Yeah, those cool, and then I guess while we wait for those to cool, we can go ahead and frost those after I find something to do them on. So the icing, I just used white icing and some of the strawberry reserve. So we're just gonna like scoop it on the macarons and hope that it doesn't drip.
Sorry, I touched the bowl and it's cool.
Drip everywhere. Just take these.
And there is, I think, green?
Is it? Oh, there is.
Do you want to match them up with one that fits them pretty well?
Most of these I think will fit fine. These two should go together. This in the middle
I'll put this on top of the strawberry bowl.
until we take those off. Okay, so I think we just put a little down. Yeah. Didn't go. Oh gosh. Yeah. So, like a little spoonful so it doesn't explode everywhere. And these will likely drip everywhere. So, oops. Yeah, it's dripping everywhere.
Yep. You sound like my cat. I sound like Jingle.
Then after we're done with these, we can try them. Before they completely melt. Stay on there. Not dumping. There we go. And now we can try them.
I chose the messy.
Ooh.
I got it. Oh gosh. I had to look at my shoulder.
They're tasty.
Ow.
And messy if you don't do them right.